How's it going, guys? Aaron Cohen here. You may have seen me on Fox News. I'm a counterterrorism analyst. I train law enforcement around the country. I teach what's called behavioral-based CQB, and I've got an upcoming course that's being hosted by the Morgan County Sheriff's Office SWAT team, August 26th through the 29th. This is a Training the Trainers course, an instructor course. And a little bit more on behavioral-based CQB and what I teach and why it's unique. In the 70s, Israel experienced a monster wave of terrorism attacks. And so the IDF and Israel security forces ended up partnering with their top behavioral scientists and ended up studying hundreds and hundreds of call-outs and operations involved shootings. And the goal was for them to figure out what happens to the body, to the operators, the commandos, the officers, under extreme stress when they're being fired at. So they ended up developing a tactical protocol in Hebrew known as srika bitronit v'yeri instinctivit. And essentially what it is, it's a behavioral-based CQB model. And this ended up becoming the standard for all of Israel's special operations, military and police units. It's also taught to patrol. And this is the course that I teach and have been teaching here in the United States for almost 20 years. And essentially what the study found was that the moment you're about to make entry or the moment that you're in a call out and you get fired at, a couple of things happen. The first thing happens is you end up squaring up on the threat, and you end up going into non-sighted, rapid compulsive firing. And if you have a look at some of the shootouts on YouTube with law enforcement officers, non-sighted, compulsive, rapid firing, shooting 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rounds sometimes, again, non-sighted. So we developed what was called point shooting or instinctive shooting. We teach it for the AR, we teach it for the pistol. So that's one of the major pieces that I teach in this 4-day instructor's course. The other thing that they found was that the moment operators were planning on making entry, whether it was hostage rescue or a high-risk terrorist warrant service that they were engaged in, and they were about to make entry to arrest a terrorist, the moment the terrorists would start firing at them through that threshold, a couple things happened. The first thing was the officers or the commandos, the operators, would immediately move to cover. Again, but they would be squared up on the threat. So they'd be immediate move to cover facing that threat, and they just wouldn't move in. The body wouldn't allow them to move in when those rounds were coming out. It's just not how we're wired. So they developed what was called srika bitronit, or what we call limited penetration room clearing, which allows the officers to be able to work from outside the threshold the exact same way their bodies would already naturally be positioned. So they could clear 97, 98% of those rooms from outside that door frame. Again, my course is oriented towards extreme call-outs or extreme high-threat type of CQB operations. So if you're interested in putting that into your toolkit and having a closer look at the way we do things in Israel, this is a 4-day, 40-hour training block. Reach out to me. I've got an email below. You can also DM me. And I've got a bunch of open slots for this course that's starting to form up pretty quickly. And more than happy to accommodate instructors, the hardcore SWAT operators out there, those truth seekers who are interested in a deeper dive into behavioral-based CQB, which is how we do CQB in Israel. It's different. Interested, shoot me an email below. It's going to be a fantastic course hosted by Morgan County Sheriff's SWAT team, October 26th through the 29th. And if you're interested in coming out and training with me, I'd love to have you. This is a law enforcement